What is up, New Wave? It is Power Talk Tuesday. I love Power Talk Tuesday. Let the community jump in and say hi. But you know what? I look forward to the last Tuesday of every month. It is something that is really special to me. Beginning of the year, December comes around. We had that first Power Talk. I wanted to share my best stuff with all of you for free. I just believe that giving is an unbelievable way to get ahead. And if I could share stuff with you, maybe you would share your best stuff with me, and that together we would go amazing places. You know what? 6 months later, this is June, this is Power Talk 7, right? We've been doing this for now 7 different times. We've gone from Zoom, we've gone to Facebook Live, we've built an amazing community, we've built amazing training together. I'm so proud of what New Wave has accomplished, and I appreciate you guys rolling with me on the last Tuesday of every month. That is something I look forward to so much. So shout out to everybody rolling on and saying hi. Thank you so much. We've got some amazing stuff for you today. This Power Talk is about how to seize momentum. I have that amazing thing. In my ad, I just talked about Eminem, and that Eminem quote is like, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything that you've ever wanted, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? Because my goal is I want you to see those momentum coming, those waves coming, those opportunities coming, and then my goal is to have you capture that. So to pop up on the wave, get up on your surfboard. I know it's weird for me as a farmer talking about surfing, right? I'm bringing the farmer tan to the beach, but my goal is when you see those waves coming, that not only are you ready, but you're getting up and riding that wave all the way to shore. And here's the thing, guys, it doesn't matter if you just want to catch it, right? In order to catch your wave, you have got to start paddling, right? It doesn't work. Like if the wave comes and you're just like gonna pop up, you're gonna get toppled over. You have to match your momentum to the opportunity that is coming for you. So shout out to everybody joining. Here's the other cool thing, y'all. Like you may have known that New Wave has gone over a little bit of a change. I really wanted to thank the girls, the rest of the mastermind who are a big part of New Wave for so long. They're a reason that New Wave has got to as big as it's got to. And I could have never have built this amazing community and all of these trainings and all of you being here without their help. So before I get started tonight, I want to thank them for what they have done and then wish them the best of luck as they choose to pursue other options. But the cool thing about what has happened because of that is New Wave has decided, like we've started to attract people just like us, right? As New Wave has brought out its mission statement, we've attracted other people who believe what we believe. Like you guys believe that giving your best stuff for free, that sharing, that working together, that community competition is a way for you to get ahead. And so what's cool, the thing that's happened is that maybe there's a gap now with the mastermind going away, but people have stepped up in an unbelievable way. So I want to shout out to the people that have contributed to this talk, because this is definitely not a solo project, y'all. I've had amazing people that have come and prepared some of the freemiums. And here's the thing about the freemiums, guys, like we're already talking about, I had to go out and buy a binder because I have to reference this stuff. What they put out was such unbelievable content that I'm like, I gotta keep this in a place. So now I wanna encourage all of you, go grab a New Wave binder, because you know we give you the best stuff every Power Talk. You know there's gonna be a freemium, you know there's gonna be a way for you to help your business. The bar has been raised, y'all. Like I can't, like we have like, you see the stuff that I create, right? I prefer just talking to you on video. Like when you get me behind a computer making a checklist, like I believe my information is really good. I hope you all have gotten a lot of value over the freemiums that I've created for you that's designed to help your business for a long time. But this stuff is really good, y'all. Like look at this. I want to shout out to Anna Green, who she wanted to talk about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And that's kind of the first part about this talk, is like you got to identify your wave, and that people with growth mindsets really help get ahead. So look at you guys are so prepared. You're like, I've already got my binder, Andy. I'm like 7 powers deep in the binder. I go through it all the time. That's the cool thing, y'all. Like my goal is I want you not only to take these power talks, consume them, have them help your business, But as we give away these free giveaways, I want those to be continuous resources that you use, you pull out, you reference, that make you get better. Because I would hate for you just to give you all these brainwaves that I give you tonight and then let it kind of fall flat going forth. So if you've been paying attention in the community, we are changing a couple things up to make sure that you not only get a lot out of these talks, but that you get a lot out of it going forward. So we don't want you not only consuming the information, but applying it going forward, right? So the first Tuesday of every month, we have kind of a strategy session. So what we're gonna do, there's a lot of people who have contributed to this binder, just the Power Talk 7. All of them are gonna go live in the New Wave community tomorrow and talk about their freemiums, of how they helped you. And they're going to teach you, give you some homework, and we're all gonna get back together next week in a Zoom and talk about how to get better. Okay, so be prepared. I can't even overhype these freemiums if I tried. I'm trying to, but they really are amazing. And what I think the reason because of that is because New Wave people are creating things to help New Wave people. And that's a pretty special thing, y'all. So without further ado, I want to get into how to catch your wave, because the waves are coming, y'all. Summit's coming. Maybe that next, who wants a diamond coach, right? Anybody want a diamond coach? They might be right out there, and that wave's coming, and if you're not paddling, that diamond coach might pass over you and go join somebody else. Or maybe they would join something like Thrive or something else, like not even Beachbody, right? Like that, but that coach could have joined you. So if you want a diamond coach, if you want to run the most amazing challenge group ever, if you want publicity, who wants to be on the National Wake Up Call? That would be a pretty cool wave to catch. And we have big dreams. Why don't you guys share your big dreams? Why do you want to share your big dreams in the comments? I want to hear some of your big dreams. Like, what waves are you going to catch? Let's talk about opportunity. Because opportunity can come in big things and small things. And when you're just starting out, you know, like the kiddie pool, that still have some waves. Like, you can catch those kiddie pool waves till you're ready for some bigger waves. Let's talk about some opportunities that maybe we've caught that have really taken us to the point we are today, or maybe some things that we're looking for, that we're shooting for, that we're paddling for right now. But let's talk about like maybe that first moment as a coach, or maybe even before a coach. How about saying yes to buying a program? That's a big wave, right? Somebody sent a wave towards you. They say, hey, I would love for you to get healthy. I have this program. It's the 21-day fix maybe. The portion control containers really changed my life. I would love for you to do it and join my group. Isn't that amazing? Huge wave, wake up call. You guys are sharing your big dreams. I love your big dreams. Your name on a billboard at Summit for sure, right? Like, did you guys go to Summit last year and see all those guitars that they got to take home? Wouldn't it be cool to have your own guitar that you earned because you're an elite coach? Millionaire Club, love these big dreams coming on, y'all. Gosh, these are big dreams. So these are, what I'm going to talk about in this call is opportunities, though. These are things that are going to give you that breakaway, that are going to help kind of those big milestones come true. Like something like getting asked to speak on a national wake-up call. You're getting an at-bat to step up to the plate. Maybe it's scary. And maybe that we can scale that all the way down. Maybe you're asked to speak on your own little baby team call. That'd be pretty cool. Has anybody had that opportunity where a team call and maybe your upline diamond or your upline star diamond has recognized you for something amazing that you did and wanted you to share it with the rest of your team? That's kind of scary if you're not used to giving speeches, right? Pretty scary. I have small dreams. Just get your shakes paid for. That's okay, right? So how can you make your big dreams and your small dreams come true? You got to catch waves, because opportunities come. You never know when they're going to come. Like, you could be paddling out, you could be in the ocean, you could be waiting for a wave, and the sea could be flat, y'all. There could just be no waves. You're waiting for the waves to come in, and then all of a sudden you see the tides rise. You're like, here's my wave. But what is really cool, the way these Power Talks come together, y'all, we have Second Tuesdays, and a bunch of people who want to help new wavers. They say, hey, like, let's make these better. Like, this is kind of my ideas for the talk. What do you think? We're popcorning ideas. I want to give a shout out to Lisa, who's been coming to the Second Tuesday and has made this call. And Lisa's kind of a new coach. What I love about Lisa is that she just gave a great perspective about what somebody who's facing when they're just starting out. And you know what? That wave comes, and Lisa says, you know what? I'm almost scared to catch that wave because that means I have to get up and ride it. Like I'm almost even scared to get in the water. Anybody else feel like that? Is there anybody like that? Like, I almost don't want to get on maybe to speak on the national wake-up call because, oh my gosh, all those coaches are going to, look up to me and judge me. Or I don't want to go live. Like, that's kind of scary, right? I'm really comfortable sending posts, but maybe going live in a live format, it's kind of scary. I don't, if I had a coach, oh my God, like a coach that wanted to coach, I'm not sure if I knew how to train them, So in order to catch your wave, before you even start paddling, you got to have your surfboard and you got to get in the water. Cool. You hate the sound of your voice? I can relate to that too. I put myself out there, but as a farmer, I don't have a lot of social interaction. And when I first started out, I was like, I didn't have the social media, I didn't have the video presence I do today. I think it's cool. You can go look at my very first videos. I started a cooking show, y'all. I was cooking like a dude, and I had no ring light like I have now. I have no audio quality. It was just my wife holding up a phone, following me around, trying to shush the kids at the same time. And I was helping other guys learn how to eat healthy. And you know what? The thing was, my second video was better than my first. My 10th video was better than my first. And now that I'm doing live, these videos are way better than those back when I first started those cooking like a dude. So sometimes it's just like, if you go to like the swimming pool and the water's cold, and some people just they dip their toes in. I got my boots on, y'all, even though I'm inside. We're gonna do outside, but the weather came up, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But some people dip their toes in, or they have the method where they get on and they're like slinking down. You're like, kind of cold. Sometimes the best thing is just to jump right in. Who's a jumper right inner and who's a dip their toe inner? Get a shout out in the comments there. Practice, practice, practice for sure. And here's the other thing. It's easy at first because nobody expects you to be an expert. As Beachbody coaches, nobody expects us to be a fitness model. We just share our story, right? The first time you go live, nobody expects you to be a reporter. They expect you to be you. And they want to see, just as they watch your transformation lose weight, they want to see, hey, like, wow, this person's really putting themselves out there. They're doing better. I've been making myself jump right in. There you go. I like that, y'all. Just jump right in. But be honest. How many people get up to the edge and you're like, I'm going to jump, but you haven't jumped yet, right? I've been meaning to do this. I really want to do this. Have you done it yet? Have you jumped in yet, right? Or how many people tell themselves like, hey, I'm going to jump in, but maybe I'll just dip my toe in instead a little bit, but I'm going to pull it out because the water is a little cold or not. It's a little scary, right? That's right. This call, I already got my sleeves rolled up, but we're going to talk about just, putting yourself out there, how to eliminate fear. One of the cool things we did was that Go for No. We gave you that in a freemium, y'all. So I hope that, who has the Go for No challenge group in their book? Anybody like that? Like a lot of that is, you just got to go for no, right? If you take away the fear of the no and you make it a game, it's easier to jump right in, isn't it? Cool. So let's mastermind together, y'all. Let's what are your jump right in strategies? What are your let's get out into the ocean strategies? If you have some of those. So put those in the comments. One thing is just what are you committed to? When I became a coach, I really needed the money. I think there's a powerful thing when you were desperate that you're going to do what it takes. Because if I had to keep living how I was living, I didn't know how bright my future was. So the things that were uncomfortable, I'm jumping in because that, the things I'm fighting for are more important. What do you guys talk to everyone? So Stephanie, what are the things that get you over the fear of talking to people? 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day. Isn't that cool? That's a great call out, Robin. I appreciate that. So has everybody here, can you commit to 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day? So maybe the moments where you're like, should I jump? Like, should I hit live? Should I call my customer? Should I work out today? What if you have 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day where it's just like, I don't want to press play, but I already called, I got to talk to this person now, right? And see what happens. That's a great thing, Robin, and I didn't even think about that, but I want everybody to commit to 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day. I love that. So give Robin some likes and some hearts on that one, because that's going to be a thing we're going to talk about on First Tuesday for sure. What else? What else is a great way to overcome fear, to get in the pool, right? If get out in the ocean, because we're surfing, right? It's hard to surf in the pool. Maybe you're doing like one of those wave pools. Who was at the Summit cruise? I didn't get to go because I was too far on the wave, but I saw a lot of coaches posting those cool like kneeboard wave things. Who wants to go on the Summit, the Success Club trip next year, right? Like, we're gonna have to catch some waves to get that going, right? So 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day. How about just feeling prepared, right? Like, if you're going out surfing, you gotta have the surfboard. From what I've seen, you gotta wax the surfboard, you gotta get it ready, you gotta kind of be comfortable with your equipment. What if it's just so, maybe we talk about that as being a product of the product, right? Nobody can tell you your story's wrong because it's your story. So if you have a transformation, if you have an experience with a program, it's hard for you to tell somebody that doesn't do what it does when it's actually done that to you, right? So spend some time in the on-demand, spend some time with each program. If you're a new coach, get more comfortable with the products. Try the different flavors of Shakeology, try the performance line, try, TurboFire, you could do that for a week in the on-demand. X3, you could do that for a week with the on-demand. The original P90X, you could do that for a week with the on-demand. You could sample every single program Beachbody offers, right? So now, you're prepared a little bit more. Practice talking to people you're comfortable with. It's easy to, you have one person in your corner. Maybe if you don't have anybody in your corner, that's a cool thing. What I would do at that point, I would say, this is going to make for an amazing story when I make it big. Because when I started, I didn't have anybody in my corner. A lot of people have a couple people in their corner, right? Like 1 or 2 people are like, you know what, you can do it. I believe in you from the very beginning. Spend some time with them. Be willing to practice. Spend some time with your upline. Almost everybody has an upline that's willing to invest in them. Spend some time with there, practice there, get some good vibes, and then have that 20 seconds of bravery. So after you feel like you're winning, you're getting some talk, like go have a 20 seconds of bravery moment. Let's see what you guys are doing good. I'm trying to like look right at the camera hole and then read comments. So I miss Eureka. She was such a natural at that, and I've just never been that way. Here's the cool thing, this chat is gonna live on. And when we say hashtag Let's Mastermind, I would love to have more of that in the community, right? So Robin has this amazing brainwave that's like, hey, let's have 20 seconds of bravery 3 times a day. And then let's have a post about that. Maybe we'll post it in the community of like, hey, this is how I create 20 seconds of bravery. And we can mastermind that as a group. And that's why New Wave works. That's why we all get better, y'all. Cool. So let's work on that. We're gonna definitely touch base on that on First Tuesday. But now let's say the wave's coming. We got in the pool. We jumped in. We didn't just dip our toe in. We jumped in. The waves are coming. What do we gotta do when the waves come? We can't just hope to catch it, right? That wave's gonna come. It's gonna take us out, right? This binder's gonna be the wave. We'll just get hit by the wave, right? And how that feels gross, right? Like, hey, like I saw this opportunity and I didn't catch it. And then who feels like a failure? Like, wow, like if I was more prepared, I could have caught that wave. And then how defeating is that when you're like, man, that was on me. I just wasn't ready. And you can see what it would have been and it's just not, right? That sucks, right? When you have the wave and it, right? Oh, I missed it, right? I'm gonna try to catch the next one. Here's the thing, most people don't catch their first wave. Like, who expects to catch the first time they go surfing? How many people expect to just pop up right at all the shore, do all those cool loop-de-loops, hang ten, like have the GoPro. Like, nobody expects that. You're probably gonna fall on your face a few times. So know that it's okay to fall on your face, but learn from those mistakes. Learn from your falls. The biggest thing that's gonna give yourself in the best opportunity to succeed is to start paddling. You gotta match your momentum to the momentum of the lake. So when that wave comes and that water starts to tip, rather than letting it hit you like a ton of bricks, now you're ready. Let's talk about paddling, y'all. Good things come to those who hustle. You know, how many people are hustling? How many people, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your hustle level right now? Yeah, and not just being busy, like how many people, you guys, earlier in this call, you told me about your big dreams. Like, how many people feel they're actively getting closer to those big dreams? Scale of 1 to 10. 7, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, 5? You guys came here to be better, right? Connected. Oh my gosh, that was scary, y'all. I just almost got disconnected. It came back. So you guys are a little bit all over the place, but a lot of you are saying you have rooms. You hit diamond today. Congratulations, Amanda. What? That's amazing thing. That's awesome. Give Amanda some likes and hearts for that, for hitting diamond. You know, momentum's good, y'all. When you're constantly celebrating, when you feel like you're getting closer to your goals, it's easier to keep going, right? I'm sure you all experience that with your challengers. When they're losing weight, when they lose their first 5 pounds, when they can see that, hey, I got 50 to lose, but I just lost 5, and I understand how I can get to 50, it's easier to keep going, right? So, yeah, I froze. I came back. I hope I came back, y'all. So, what can you do to paddle? I think the important thing is to realize when opportunity is about to strike. You never know what's going to happen. You never know a training that you entered that might change your life. You never know a power talk you might view that might change your life. You never know when you're walking down the street, there's a person you might meet that might change your life. What can you do to be ready for that? Let's mastermind. I hope you guys some people are saying that you're frozen. Maybe log out and log back in. I'm sorry about that. It's totally working for me. I hope you guys can see. But what can you do that would help it? You need to always be prepared. That's great. How can you start paddling? Good. Struggle with time. So organizing your time. I think a good thing about paddling, a lot of opportunities present themselves by being good with people. And I don't think we talk about it in that terms of how to be good with people. I know for me, it was like that was a crutch. I always use the, hey, I'm a farmer, I'm not around that many people a lot. So it was tough. Maybe we can do more training, like how to be more presentable, how to present, 21-day fix, how to be more motivating. Because I think like if you can have instant connection with people, because I think people are the people that can help get you ahead. Like, I didn't build New Wave by itself. You all built New Wave. When I took some of these trainings, it wasn't just me doing it. It was the people in the trainings also doing it that made me want to be good at just like they are. It was mentors of mine that inspired me to do amazing things. What can you do to be better with people? Because people will help you get ahead. Just be struggling just to stay active. So you need some good energy. You guys got to have better energy. You're worrying that you're not paddling fast enough, and you need to start paddling faster. People who get up on the waves, they're paddling as fast as they can. They don't care what's, maybe you just fell off your surfboard, right? You're keeping your head up, and now you got to start paddling your face off, y'all. That's what I did. Hashtag paddle your face off. A lot of you paddled once and you got crushed by a wave, and you're not getting back up on the surfboard. You got to get back up on the surfboard. You got to see the next wave, and you got to start paddling your face off. So Work on my approach. That's great. Here's the other thing. We talk about our amazing freemiums. Robin already dropped some brainwave there, but she has this amazing about how to track. Because how do you know if you're paddling in the right direction? Because I can paddle, right? What if I'm paddling into the wave? Is that gonna help me catch the wave? No. If I'm paddling sideways, that's just gonna flip me over. You have to paddle in the right direction, and the only way that you're gonna paddle in the right direction is if you're tracking. So Robin did such an amazing job in her freemium of not only talking about that it's important to track, but like how to track, what not to track, and then how to do that. She breaks it down to make it super easy for all of you and help you stay organized. She is going to help you paddle not only your face off, but in the right direction. Boom. Can that be the official fast tag of the Power Talk? Yes, please hashtag paddle your face off and tell your teams and your communities and your walls and your pets what you're doing to paddle your face off. So please do that. You know, people are willing to do big things for their big dreams, y'all. So what are you willing to do for your big dreams? How to talk to anyone helped a lot. Yep, that's great. That's great. So talking about big things, y'all, you just never know what you're gonna do, what surprises that you're gonna come there. We talked about some big surprise. I think I see a ninja. What is the Curtis Gilbreth?
What up, guys?
Live in studio, Curtis Gilbreth, the ninja, has taught me a lot about paddling. Can we give some likes and some loves and some faces?
What's up, New Wave?
Curtis.
What's up, my ninjas?
Yeah, so love that. So if you guys don't know who Curtis is someone who's helped New Wave out. Look at all the love, buddy.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. This is
so cool.
What's up, my ninjas?
Yeah, live in studio, y'all. So for those who don't know Curtis is an entrepreneur like all of you. He owns Who Knows a Guy Fitness. He helps a lot of Beachbody coaches grow their dreams, and that's what I tell him. But Curtis helps people get ahead. He is a contribution to the Beachbody community. He's definitely been a contribution to the New Wave community. He is somebody who helps me run the website. I'm a farmer, y'all. I'm not a website developer, but Curtis has given me the tools to make that so amazing. And I wanted to bring Curtis in on this Power Talk because he has a lot to say about not only catching your wave, seizing opportunities, because he's done a lot in his entrepreneurial career. He's been knocked off a lot of surfboards.
I have.
And he's also rode a lot of waves all the way to shore. And what's cool about Curtis now is he's a wave generator. He generates waves for a whole bunch of coaches. He gives them the tools, he gives them the opportunities that other coaches are capitalizing on, and they're taking them to bigger and better things. And I wanted to, he's seen it kind of from an outside view, and I wanted to bring him here to talk about what he's seen coaches paddle, how to get up on the surfboard, how to get back up. And him and I are pretty good friends too. Like, we've developed a good friendship.
A great friendship.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
And
I feel all my ninjas are my friends. There's so many of you guys that are just amazing.
Yeah. So what do you got, Curtis? What do you got? What brought you to Farm Strong Central, the Farm Strong compound, on this Power Talk? Right?
You know what's crazy is I had a lot going on. I was actually at a communications course this weekend, and on top of that, I have a lot going on in my business as well. And when Andy asked me to come out here to the Farm Strong compound, I had to take the opportunity. And life kind of got in the way. Like, I had to, make sure that I had a flight I drove out to San Diego. I had to catch a flight to Denver at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. this morning. I got no sleep last night. I was hanging out with my business partners, and I got no sleep. Like, I literally went to bed at 12. I woke up at 2:30 and had to catch an Uber to the airport to then catch a flight here. So, a lot of times in entrepreneurship, we're always, you take a step and then you get knocked back, and then you're like, man, you lose that momentum. And, it's tough. You know, entrepreneurship is tough, but it can be a lot of fun as long as you put your heart and your passion into it. And one thing that I like to always say with anybody that you know, is on an entrepreneur journey is consistency. No matter what, you consistently show up. You know, no matter how bad that day is, no matter what you're dealing with at home, you're trying to build a life that's worth, you know, living and that you're passionate about. So sometimes life just comes in and the wave just smacks you down off that surfboard, and it's about getting back up. And I'll just share some of the things that I've, you know, experienced and getting back up with the wave and keep going is, you know, I've had partners quit. I've had employees quit on me, you know, and really a huge one was back in 2013. I was just an SEO business. All we did was SEO. And then Google Panda came out and Google changed everything. If you don't know what SEO is, it's Google ranking. Yeah, pandas are bad. It's Google ranking. My business went from like $30,000 to $40,000 a month to basically $2,000. And I had to figure it back out, like, because Google changed things, it hurt the entire industry, completely flipped it upside down. Yeah. So like, I know what it's like to have the, you know, you get momentum and you get going and then boom, that wave comes in. But the entrepreneurs that win the biggest game and the coaches that I see that are winning the biggest game are the ones that are getting back on that board and keep going and having accountability partners to help you get back on that board. You know, and keep going, right? So one of the things that I want to talk about is declaring what you're going to do. When you declare what wave you're going to catch, somehow opportunities come up. And one of the things that I declared is that we were going to build another business. Well, someone saw what we were doing with Who Knows a Guy Fitness, and they reached out to me and they brought us to their CEO's house, their CEO of a $120 million company, to be introduced to them for dinner. Like, we had dinner at their house, we hung out, we got to meet the executives, and that wouldn't have happened if my team and us weren't paddling very hard and can be in a contribution and showing up consistently. This person just saw what we were doing with Who Knows a Guy Fitness. He's not a Beachbody coach, nothing. He just saw what we were doing and he gave me the opportunity to catch that wave. So sometimes, like catching a wave on a radio show, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Andy caught give Andy some love. He caught a radio show, national radio show. Yep. So, you know, sometimes you don't know what that opportunity is because it's not present, but if you're working hard, it will show up. And that's really what the big thing is, you know, being ready for that opportunity. If you quit and give up too soon, guess what? That opportunity will go to another coach. That opportunity will go to another entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's really what I want to contribute is I've been in the entrepreneur world for about 10 years now, and I've been knocked off the board many times, but it's about getting back up. Mm-hmm. It's about getting back up, and you know, at the end of the day, being consistent with content. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one of the things that Andy did is he went Facebook Live in a farmers group, and then someone that he never talked to before saw him and said, wow, that's really good content. And all he did was speak with his heart and spoke with compassion, and then he got invited to be on a national radio call. So like, sometimes you may not even know why you're producing the content, you're just sharing yourself, and then boom, next thing you know, someone contacts you and says, hey, I'd love to promote you. And there's so many people out there that have podcasts, YouTube channels that would love to collaborate with you guys. You just have to be ready for that opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. So who can relate to getting knocked down, right? Like, Curtis had that big thing with the panda, knocked him down.
Google Panda.
Yeah. Like, who's had coaches quit? Like, why don't we just share kind of stuff that we've overcame, right? Like, who's getting back up after some stuff? Yeah, Donna, you totally have. We all have, right? And it's easy to let circumstance, like, I think Beachbody's even, like, right now, I think projecting it's a slow time of year, right? They lowered the expectation to get in the Success Club party at Summit. Teal, 3 coaches quit this week. That's rough, you know. And that's part of the business. Is who you are and what you stand for is rising out of that. And what I think is cool, you know, Curtis, when I invited him to give to the Power Talk, he made it happen.
Yeah, you know what? That was the crazy thing. Like, I had to figure out my life and make it work, and I wasn't supposed to not show up. So, the course that I was in, I'm supposed to be there tonight, and I made a request from the course leader to not kick me out so I could be here. And then she gave me the opportunity to make sure that I would get the work inside the course, so then I would be ready for the next course that I'm going to be taking. So sometimes life just throws things in your way, and you just got to figure out, okay, my goal is still this. My goal is still to be a contribution.
So I'm committed to catching the wave, right? Like, I'm committed to doing, I'm committed to get to Star Diamond. I'm committing to helping my challenge group lose 100 pounds as a group, right? And so if you have a bad day or if you have a setback, like, what are you going to do? If that's what you're committed to, Curtis and I, we talk, we have strategy convers, and we talk about what we're committed to as opposed to what we're attached to.
Yeah, that's a huge thing that I've gotten in my business. Like, sometimes you get attached to the numbers. How many people get attached to the numbers? Like,
yeah,
I gotta hit Success Club 15. I gotta hit Success Club 5. I want to hit Elite. You know, how many people get attached to the numbers?
How many people are waiting to call somebody till it's the first of the month? Anybody like that? Like, hey, it's the 29th, I'm good, I need it for next month, so I'm going to call them on the 1st, but I'm not going to help somebody's life today. Anybody like that?
Yeah.
You're attached to the numbers, you're not committed, right?
So sometimes when you're attached to the numbers, things don't work correctly. There's a lot of friction there when attachment. If you're committed, like if you're committed to 10 people losing weight and you're just all out playing that game, there's a lot better outcome because you're being committed to people losing weight and being healthier rather than attached to SC points. And if you're committed to, you know, changing someone's life, and maybe it's just 10 people, then what your opportunity, the SC points will come, guys. The SC points will come. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So I want everybody to post in the comments what they are committed to, and then either right now, because I know maybe you're watching on your computer and you got your phone, I want you to hashtag paddle your face off what you're committed to and post it publicly. I don't know if you guys remember Power Talk 2, I called my shot, boom, and did I win Team Cup? I didn't win Team Cup, but I finished 11th and I learned a lot.
And how many lives did you change?
I mean, a lot. And not only my own, the coaches that were involved, the people that were involved, you know, we're still good friends. It's bigger, right? And it's because I called my shot and I was too scared to let me fail. And I changed so many lives. You know, I came at that because I wanted to be a good example for this community, right? New Wave was really new, and I wanted to show what was possible. I was committed to being a good example of what New Wave can do when community comes together.
Yeah.
So post what call your shot, post what you're committed to and not just what you're attached to. Maybe in the New Wave community, we're gonna post what we're attached to that we're gonna let go. How do you like that?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And maybe even as rank advancing, right? Like maybe sometimes you're attached to going 2-star, but what about helping 5 people, you know, become financially, you know, more free? Yeah. You know, what would that be like if you had a conversation of, hey, I'm here really committed that you get out of debt. And maybe you talk some Dave Ramsey stuff. Yeah. There's a ton of tools that you can use to have those conversations. A lot of self-development books, right. A lot of things that you can share with people that will help you have that engagement. I know I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, yep. And one of the things that he suggested in that book was to join an MLM. Mm-hmm. You know, that was the first entrepreneur step that you should take. I was actually shocked, you know, when he had said that, because that book was written so long ago. Yeah. You know, and that's one of the things that he's been saying for years. You know, so giving someone that book or sharing something that gives them a new view, right?
Yep. So the biggest thing when you're ready to start paddling, you got to know what you're committed to, what you're paddling for. Why are you going to sprint? Why are you going to paddle that hard? And then use Robbins Freemium as like what to track. Because if you know what you're committed to, now you need to track things that are in alignment with what you're committed to. And then paddle your face off.
Face off! Yeah. Paddle your face off! So I just want to jump in. These freemiums are the best I've ever seen, and they did them with like no intentions but to help you guys. They're just being a contribution. So these freemiums have the best. Like this is the best I've seen so far. I'm only sure they're gonna get better, but like take advantage. Oh no, we're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Okay. So, man, it's like we froze, y'all, and it's such like it breaks our momentum.
Yeah, it's like wow,
we fell off our surfboard. We're getting back up. We're gonna catch our next wave. Let's talk about catching waves, because we know what we're committed to.
Yes.
We got these amazing freemiums to help us out.
The girls did an amazing job.
Unbelievable.
Phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're tracking them based on with Robin's help. But now it's time to catch the wave, y'all. Like, so we're paddling in the right direction. We're set up to win. We got to get up on the surfboard. This is our moment. So it's about capturing your moment. So I'm going to talk about that because the wave's coming. When you're committed to something, you know the opportunities that are come. I talk about branding and attraction marketing. Things come to you when you know what you want. When you have a message, I want to help people grow their dreams. That is what I'm committed to. I do that in multiple ways. If anybody's taken my branding course, I probably helped you grow your dreams in that. If you've been a part of this community, I help you do that. If you're in one of my challenge groups, I help you grow your dreams in that. And doing all of that helps me grow my and my family's dreams. So that is what I'm committed to. And when you do that, when you know what you're committed to, and the opportunities come, you can get up on your surfboard. Like I called Curtis up, I'd be like, hey, like New Wave took a hit, people wanted to go their own directions. I'm committed to this in this community. I would love for you to come and share some knowledge. Would you come live? I was gonna see if I could create some energy and some buzz, and Curtis is like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll book a plane ticket, right? So I caught my way. That he talked about the radio interview. I wasn't necessarily having a goal of I want to be on a national radio program as interviewed, but I was committed to helping people grow their dreams, and that was attractive to somebody who had a national radio interview. So, but that wave came, cool. I got invited to be part of the national radio interview. I have 2 days to prepare.
2 days.
Okay. And I don't know necessarily what the questions are going to be. I just know that I'm going to have a bunch of new audience. I have a wave of opportunity come for me. How do I capture that moment? So I want you guys to talk about moments that you could capture, right? Like we talked about in the very beginning of the call, someone asked you to speak on a team call. What I love about this binder and the girls that helped with the freemiums, they freaking caught their wave, y'all.
Oh yeah, they showed up for sure.
You're gonna get more of a sneak peek with them tomorrow because they're gonna go live and explain their freemiums, and I don't want to spoil because I think it's more powerful if their work comes from their mouth. But they had an opportunity to take a leadership role in a New Wave. To create and give back. So if their alignment is there, here is their wave. Like I say, hey, community, I need your help. Who's with me? And all of you guys are coming and watching this call. You guys are a total help. That's awesome. But those girls that helped create they went above and beyond to give to all of you, right? So they caught their wave. They had a couple weeks to prepare, and they did their best. So when you have an opportunity, how many people have there's this training, but then life got in the way and I didn't really finish the training? Or, hey, I had a power talk, my eyes got this big at that first power talk, and there was going to be, so many people signed up, and we hit the go live button. There was 300 people.
Yeah.
Right? My eyes are but I was prepared, right? I was ready to catch the wave. I was ready to give value. And so I was able to ride that wave.
What about local events as well? In your own backyard. I think a lot of coaches, they try to go nationwide. How many events could you catch a wave at when you just go up and just be a contribution? I went to this training, right? And it was in San Diego. I drove out there, and so many people wanted to work with me. When I just stood up and said, I'm really about helping people, that own a fitness business help other people lose weight. And that's really what I'm committed to. And I had 9 people come up and ask me for my business card. And I didn't plug myself. They just asked me what I did, and I just shared. I didn't go and say, hey, I'm Who Knows a Guy Fitness or any of that. I just shared from like what I'm up to in life, and people came to me and said, hey, I really like your sharing. I like what you're up to. Is there a way we can work together? And that's, you know, how many events just by you sharing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a fitness event or a networking event. It could just be a local event where you're just meeting people and just talking from the heart. I think a lot of times, you know, we're told to go on social media and internet marketing, and maybe sometimes it's just, hey, here's my business card. I'd love to sit down and talk about your fitness goals. I mean, how many times, you know, could you create that opportunity? You know, there's meetup.com, and there's a lot of things out there that you can get involved with, moms groups and stuff like that. You know, they allow you to, you know, catch that wave.
What if, like a lot of new wavers, they run challenge groups, right?
Yeah.
And what if you know what you stand for, all of a sudden 3 people that you've been working on for a long time, they all of a sudden say yes. So you really want this, and you think they're going to be amazing coaches as well too. Like, you can see the vision of you're going to help them lose, you know, 40 pounds. And these people, they're great at social media, and you want to make the best challenge group that you've ever done. And maybe you want a new twist, right? So your wave is creating this amazing customer service experience for these. What does that actually mean? It might mean paddling your face off, working harder, right? Like, a lot of time you have to work harder than you normally work to rise to the occasion. You know, I think
completely true.
You know, maybe work harder than you can sustain for a short period of time to capitalize on the moment. You guys, I don't know if you've been following me on Facebook, but my wife she got bucked off her horse, ankle got broke, got stuck in the stirrups. And it wasn't one of those things like we're hoping we go to the hospital, hoping it's a sprain, but no, like, she broke it, right? And so that requires surgery. We got needles in, and that's so expensive. We're insured, but I'm a farmer and I'm an entrepreneur, so I have one of those really high. I'm in great shape. I don't go to the doctor. I drink Shakeology. Like, I don't go to the doctor. I'm never sick, but you just never know when life's going to happen. So we had a big deductible to pay, and so we went into debt because of that. I had a hay contract. I do all of my own work, work very hard at it, and then there was this other job. Hey, could you help me bale my hay? Now, if I'm not paddling, if I'm not willing to work harder than I can normally work, I have to say no to that opportunity. But I was willing to work my normal job, you know, till dark, and then finish this other customer, and able to make a thing where I can overcome that debt. And I totally believe that's like God placed that opportunity, but I still have to go up and capitalize it. You know, thank you so much for this extra work. Thank you so much for this amazing coach. Thank you so much for a program like Country Heat, if line dancing is totally your thing. You know, I'm hoping, this is me hoping, if anybody in corporate is watching, for like a P90X reboot announcement at Summit, like way back to basics, brutally hard, an hour long, doesn't apologize. I would love that, because that would be so great for my target market. You know, but I'm able to capitalize on that wave. How can you capitalize? How can you overclock, come up with new content to put yourself out there?
You know, I love that you said that. It's like creating new content to put yourself out there. Maybe try things you haven't done before.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you earlier said, you know, you're, you know, maybe a little bit scared or shied away from going Facebook Live. You can always go Facebook Live in a group where you have your closest friends, you know?
Yeah.
And another way of also capturing the moment is to be present to what your goals are. I think a lot of times we forget what our goals are because we're in the mundane stuff, and being present to what those are, you know, writing those somewhere where you can see them on a daily basis will also help as well.
That's great. Who's here scared of going live? Who here has maybe done it a few times, or it's intimidates them? Who maybe doesn't know how to optimize it well? I think what New Wave is great is we started going live before like Facebook Live was even open to coaches. Like, we did Zoom webinars or Teams, but it was definitely a live format. And now that we have Facebook Live, it's easy to put out, and New Wave thrives in a Facebook Live. But it's intimidating, right? Like, that countdown 3. Who has done the 3, 2, 1 and they're like, nope, end. Like anybody like that? Curtis has not only agreed to come here and mentor you, but I want you to talk about your freemium and what you got for these people too.
So what I did is I put together a checklist of things that I do to make sure I'm ready for a live call. Like a whole checklist. Like, you know, what I want to do is I want to make sure you're ready. So when you do go live, you have the confidence that you're ready to go live. Because I went live once and Andy actually called me on the phone and it totally took me off because I didn't put it on airplane mode. There's a lot of things. And then I think a lot of times coaches are like, hey, you know, I'll go live once, and then they don't ever go live again because it didn't go the way they thought. You know, how many coaches only went live once? Is there anybody that's only gone live once? If you haven't gone live, or maybe you're not going live enough, you know, I would at least go live once a week and share something from the heart. Share maybe a hurdle you overcame, or maybe something that you're dealing with inside of, you know, being a coach, or maybe celebrate. I don't know if you guys saw Andy's share where he celebrated one of his clients of 100 pounds.
96.
96.
Yeah,
okay,
she's really
96.
She's gonna get there in like next week. Yeah.
So 96 pounds. He did that live.
Yeah.
That's
really
enrolling.
Cool.
You know, you can go live with other people. It doesn't always just have to be you. I think I saw one coach, she was walking down the street, you know, and just talking about different things that she's up to in her life. You don't always have to scream Shakeology. You don't always have to scream fitness. You can really just share from your heart. Maybe it's celebrating your kids, or maybe it's celebrating an accomplishment. Maybe it's saying, you know what, I had a rough week, but tomorrow is going to be a better day. How many people have had rough weeks, but then the next day they had an awesome day because they changed their viewpoint? Maybe share something like that, because you can inspire someone. And if people are inspired by you, they're willing to follow you to the end of the earth. You know, and I think that's really what's important when you do Facebook Lives. Consistent. How many people know my biggest thing in business is to be consistent. Always be consistent. If you're gonna do Facebook Lives, do them consistently. Don't just do one and go, oh, that really didn't work out.
Only 3 people showed up.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite entrepreneurs is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's going to be speaking at Summit. How many of you guys are excited to see Gary Vaynerchuk speak at Summit?
I am.
You are?
Love.
Love, right? Wow. boom. So if you go back in his early days, Gary Vaynerchuk's one of the biggest entrepreneurs right now. You go back to his early days, his YouTube videos were horrible, guys. Literally horrible. You would never think that now. His live talks were horrible, guys. Like, he was not good. He even says it himself. I sucked for a year. He did Wine Library TV for a year, guys. And then finally it blew up, and he took that wave. But he had to be consistent, and he had to believe what he was doing was the right way. And you know what the wine people said about him? You're crazy. It's not good enough. You got to do it this way. All this stuff, all these big wigs in the industry were like, that's not good. That's not a good business model. How are you teaching wine when you're not a wine connoisseur and writing for wine magazines? No, he said, you know what? I'm going to do it because this is my passion and I love it and I want to share it with people just like me. So, you know, do that. You know, you don't always have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. And just like working out, you know, you guys are workout, you know, you guys didn't just start like, you know, when you did 21 Day Fix or P90X or Insanity, you didn't like go in there and crush it. You know, like it took you time to develop it. Now you guys are like doing challenges against each other, and like, you know, I see a lot of people doing the Murph challenge, and like, you know, recognizing vets doing the, you know, 22 push-ups for 22 days, you know, that's the kind of momentum that you need to get going, and being consistent, just like working out, is going to help you get there in your business.
So who all is going to Summit? Because that wave is coming, y'all. Like
Huge.
that's a big wave. That's a once a year wave. Super excited for Summit. Yeah.
So pumped. Love it.
Here's the cool. We all about helping you catch your wave. Dude, Jenny Ragland and Cheyenne Warren gave you a how to catch the summit wave guide. And check this, even if you're not going. So even if you're not going, they're gonna take care of you, because there's kind of some strategy, right? If you've signed up for Summit, there's waves you can catch right now, like qualifying for the celebrity trainer photos, you know, qualifying for these parties, you know, getting in access. The cool thing about like getting the party is like, well, Billy Idol is cool, but being around other coaches that have the chops to get in the party, and like maybe a bunch of new waivers are gonna be there.
You
like,
can network, get some ideas.
Right. There's a lot of ways to capture the wave. Who here working out a little bit harder to get ready for Summit? Right? Anybody getting their Summit body on? Like, oh crap, coaches are gonna be there. I better like really work out, right? No skipping me, right? You know, like what if we worked out like to get into Summit shape like all the time? I would be
ripped.
Ripped. Curtis would be ripped. Yeah. So Curtis is even gonna go to Summit. And Curtis is trying to get into Summit shape. You want to call your shot? You want to call your shot right now? You got a month away.
I will be down to 198 by Summit.
198.
So that's 17 pounds.
All right, dude. There you go.
17 pounds, 198, and a little bit of muscle and grit to it.
Are you committed?
I'm committed, not
Put him on the
attached.
spot, y'all.
That was not set up. He totally set me, he totally, like, I had no idea he was going to do that.
But look, you guys, we got so many people here live and then watching the recording, but I know if Curtis has touched your life, you'll have Curtis's back, you know, so you could celebrate him. I want everybody to ask Curtis what he weighs when they see him at Summit.
Ask me yeah, there you go.
And then ask him, you know, hey, like, you know, just give him that positive affirmation, because I know he's going to do it too. Curtis, when he gets his mind set on something, he's a paddler. He's a make stuff happen.
Now I got to do it. Like, there's no excuses now. There's what, 80 people on this call? And some of them are my ninjas. Man, I got to do it now.
Cool.
So
what, I mean, the Summit wave's coming. If you don't know how to capitalize, if you just are like, hey, I'm going to go, but you don't know how that opportunity can help you get ahead or help you capture bigger waves, a lot of you are going to see people walk across stage at Summit and get inspired to want to get there next year, like, and then give you the tools. This workbook and these freemiums are going to outline how to do that. Unbelievable.
We even have something special that we're going to give away at the end of the call, so please stay on. Like, it's huge. Like the freemiums are awesome, but if you're live on this call, you got to stay to the end, because Andy and I are going to give something away that's going to empower you for Summit. That's going to get you ready.
Snap.
And it's going to be a giveaway. It's going to be a free giveaway. You guys know I love to give away free stuff.
Yeah, we got free stuff, man.
This is going to be one of the biggest free stuffs that we do.
Free stuff. Power Talk 7.
It's going to be huge.
Cool. You guys, this is awesome. So let's talk about capturing the wave. But let's say we capture the Summit wave, we see the millionaire clubs, we see the people who have given a big $100,000 check because they won the Beachbody Challenge. How many people would love one of their challengers or yourself to win the Beachbody Challenge, right? And so you see that, like, and you're committed to that, the things that you're committed to, you're gonna see evidence that that is possible at Summit, right? You're gonna see proof. Like, maybe all you're seeing now is the underside of the surfboard because you keep getting knocked down. Like, you're gonna have good energy, and you're gonna see people riding their waves all over the place. You're gonna see millionaires. You're gonna see people who've lost 100 pounds. You're gonna see people like Gary Vaynerchuk.
That's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge, right? And you're gonna see some of the top coaches teaching what they. You can hang out with Curtis and I, everybody else in New Wave, where we hang out online. We can actually feel each other's energy. There's going to be a lot of positive momentum, but you still got to do it for yourself, right? Like, I can't place you on your surfboard and hold you until you get all the way to shore. I can just show you that it's possible, but it's going to be you that has to be willing to try. I've never actually been surfing.
I have.
Curtis has been surfing.
It is madness. And here's the crazy thing. When I first started surfing, no one taught me anything. And I was kind of like, you know, I was 19. I was a little bit of a, I was a little bit of a hothead. So I was like, I got this, guys. So I went out with my buddies, And I spent all day just getting nailed by the wave, by the wave. There's breaks. Anybody that's been surfing, there's different breaks. So there's the little wave, and then you can kind of paddle past that. You get past the second, and you're like, victory, I got this. Well, then you get to the third break, and that third break just keeps coming and keeps hitting you, and you're like, you're catching your breath, you're trying to paddle hard, and once you get past that second break, you think, I got momentum, and then life happens. And that happens in business too, and in life. Right. Once you get that momentum, you think, man, I got this, and then a life event happens. Well, you just got to keep paddling and check in with your accountability partner, check in with your group, make sure that, your coach, your sponsor coach knows what's going on so they can support you, reach out, be in communication. So then when you can get over that third wave, after you get over the third wave, it's kind of calm, and then the fourth one rolls in. So you kind of get to sit on your board. You ever see where they sit on the board and they're waiting for the wave? That's actually that's the pinnacle point in your business where you catch that big one. Mm-hmm. And so what I really want to bring to you about Summit is that you really need to think about moving now. Get past the second break, get past the third break, because the fourth break is Summit. And if you can take Summit and be ready for that momentum, and what I mean by that is don't go, well, once I get to Summit, then my business is going to be on fire. Like that is going to slow, that you're going to lose so much time. So start this month, get ready now, be productive, set some big goals, guys. So when you go into Summit, you're riding that wave with velocity. Mm-hmm. So call your shot with your team, call your shot with your accountability partner, and stay committed, not attached. And then you'll go through, the next big wave at Summit, and you'll be able to even ride into October and November, and it'll take you a lot further.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so Summit, you're going to see it's possible. You're going to ride your wave all the way in, but that moment that you're up and I'm riding it, I'm going to shore, like that is a cool moment. I want everybody in this new wave to experience that. But I think that the community and that Facebook group that we have is an unbelievable place to ride the wave down. Like, hey, like what we do in there, right? Like, hey, like, oh, I caught a wave, right? This big thing happened. I had this big breakthrough. You share it in the New Wave community. This is what happened. You give people other ideas for them to do it. And then you can also get feedback, right? And one thing that happens when you share a win, when you share a, hey, I got on this wave, this big momentum thing's happening. Hey, I got a national radio interview, is it kind of holds you accountable to that. Like, hey, like, how do I follow up, right? Like you put it out there, you call your shot, and the community helps you ride that to shore. You get kind of positive reinforcement. You help other people do it too, because I think one of the coolest thing is not only, hey, I caught my wave, hey, I rode my wave to shore, but we caught the wave.
Yeah.
We got to shore.
As a team.
As a team.
Yeah.
And so what you can only take that as the New Wave community, but things that you take out of the New Wave community that you think would be the perfect fit for your teams, that's great, y'all. Like that's why New Wave exists. That's why the community is the best place, better than these power talks, better than the branding courses, is that day-to-day positive reinforcement that you guys can give each other. It's unbelievable. We can have a power talk every day in the community. We can paddle our face off. We can share our best stuff for free. And then we can have those we did it moments, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, and if you guys, here's another idea to give you guys a momentum booster going in as a community. Maybe even declaring like, as a community, you're gonna lose so many pounds.
Yeah.
What would that be like if you go to a participant and you're like, hey, I'm part of this community and we're going to lose 1,000 pounds together. Mm-hmm. And I want you to be a part of that. Will you help me? Will you help me lose 1,000 pounds? What would that be like? If you had a big game, I feel like when you go after SC points, it's a small game. It's a good game. It's gonna get you recognized and stuff like that. But what if, as a team, you guys went out and said, in the month of July, we're gonna lose 1,000 pounds together. Yeah. Maybe we're going to lift a certain amount of pounds, whatever it may be, right? Depending on what your goals are, because not everybody's trying to lose weight. Maybe people are trying to add weight, trying to add muscle. So there's a lot of things that you can do to make sure as a community you guys move forward and catch that wave.
So I want to do that actually with the New Wave community, and I know we posted the Success Club document. A lot of coaches and their teams post Success Club. Like, here, these are the coaches that hit Success Club 10. These are the coaches that hit Success Club 5. These are the people who contributed with 1. We're going to have, as a community, one number. That's how many Success Club points we got as a community. And so what I want to do is not only set a baseline in this community of like, hey, we helped, 100 people as a community, but I want to set a personal record. Here's my goal and my mission for New Wave, is I want to set a personal record every single month till the end of the year.
How huge would that be?
And then January, obviously I think we'll have the biggest month, but if we can keep setting records, so what does that mean? That says like, hey, let's get more people into New Wave. Let's have more people join our mission. And then all of us have, different things to gain. So people who have, consistently can hit Success Club 20, those 20 points are going to matter to our 1 number. The people who've sold their first challenge pack, your 2 points are going to help for that number. All right. And as a community, let's see, and this is just going to be honor system. It's going to be, I don't have any way of looking at your downline. So it's going to just, I'm going to count on you to post at the end of the month, but I want you to post at the end of this month. And then we always hang out the last Tuesday of every month. So I'll definitely send you a reminder, but we're going to have a document in the community and we're going to have 1 number. How many people as a New Wave community did we help that month? And that's something everybody that's in this community can take ownership of. Hey, I'm part of this team and we helped 300 people this month. I mean,
I love that.
How cool is that to take to your challenge groups? I don't care if you had 1 Success Club point. I'm part of a team that helped this many people. Would you like to join me? Because I would love to help you.
Hashtag paddle your face off. Hashtag 1 number.
1 number. Yeah.
I like that. I think that gives, and then maybe you can just be a contribution. Maybe it's only 2 SE points or 3, but it's still, everyone's moving. So then you're getting that momentum going into Summit. I think that's a huge idea.
Yeah. So we're gonna try that out, and then we're gonna set records every single month. We're not gonna make excuses for slow months. We're committed to growing the New Wave mission and then growing the amount of amazing things that New Wave coaches are doing. I'm definitely behind that mission. I'm committed to that mission, and if we do that, if we accomplish that as a team, that number will grow as a result of that. But that's gonna just be me and people like Jenny and Cheyenne and Robin, all these people who helped on these free, Caitlin, and even like Lisa, who's just brought like to those meetings like, hey, I'm too scared to even get in the pool. How can you help somebody like me? And made us better, made us address something like that. We're no excuses. If we can keep helping people like that, we can come together as a New Wave community, new record every single month.
Imagine that. Maybe in June you only contributed 2 points, but you get a huge win by hitting 8 the next month. Like, that's a huge contribution that you can, it's all about the little wins,
Cool. So let's talk about how they can get their hands on the binder, or should we talk about the thing you and I got cooked up?
Do you guys really want to know what our free awesomeness is?
Extra free stuff, only for live people.
Only for live people, guys. Only for live people. Who wants free stuff? Like, this is huge, guys. Huge, huge, huge. Yeah. Come on, let's see the love. Who wants it? There we go.
There they are.
Who wants the free love? Free love. Free gift. Who wants the free gift? So that's the beauty part about being live, guys. Totally messed that up. Keep going. It's all good. We got this. There we go. Okay, so ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you want to introduce it or do you want me to introduce it?
You can do it, man. It was your idea.
All right.
It was your idea.
All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, guys. The people that are live on this call right now.
And how do we know this?
Because you're wait, you say it.
Liking, you're reacting. So we're going to see who's liked and reacted, and how many of those. So you're gonna get 1 vote or whatever.
Yeah, you get 1 vote in. Okay.
So
you're gonna get a half an hour strategy call about anything with your business with Andy and I.
Yep.
Literally, you're gonna get a free, like, there's no obligation, there's no nothing. We're giving you guys a free half an hour to talk about anything inside our business. So anything inside of your business, anything that you want to accomplish, you get a free half an hour with us. We'll, any questions you want to answer, if you want to set goals, if you want insight on your freemiums, whatever it is, we're going to give you a half an hour.
Yeah, so the 2 of us are just committed to you. If they want to invite their teams, is that cool?
Sure.
Yeah, so it's up to you. So you can either have us all to yourself, or you can have us for your team, but we're committed to whatever you want for a half an hour. So, and then how are we going to give that away?
So tomorrow in the group, while Andy's talking about the freemium, we're actually going to do a live drawing.
Yep. Curtis is going to be here tomorrow, so you'll see him again. So, cool. So how do they get in? We've been talking these up, the Power Talk. I want you guys let us know like how we actually do this. So if you guys go to newwavepowertalks.com, Curtis, you better be faster on that. We totally haven't updated the website. We're updating the website right now. Yeah, there you go. newwavepowertalks.com. In about a minute, you're gonna see the buttons up there, and it's gonna say get tonight's free stuff, and you're gonna just give us your name, email. We're gonna email all of that too. What I would love is to see a bunch of your binders about New Wave stuff, with stuff going on in them.
Ooh.
Download them.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go.
So, something else, if you guys do a binder and you take a picture tomorrow and post it on our live call, we'll give something else free.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So if you print it out, we'll give you something else free. I love giving away free stuff. We're
go.
a contribution here. So if you post a picture of your binder, of you and your binder tomorrow on Andy's live call, you get more free stuff.
Yeah. Here's the cool thing about the live calls tomorrow, y'all, is they're going to be freemium focused, because I felt like you guys were getting a lot of these talks and you guys saw the value that we were giving you. But I've seen the open rates and the numbers. Like, you guys weren't using the freemiums, and they're unbelievable content. So even if you have watched those calls in the past, go back into there and download the freemiums and use them, because they really are fantastic. But I wanted to place more of an emphasis on the value that they create, and then also give more props to the content creators. So tomorrow the community is going to be an unbelievable place. If you haven't joined our Facebook community, please do that at facebook.com/groups/newwavepowertalks and join that there. Look for the lives from everybody who created a freemium, and they're going to talk about how they used it, and then give you some action steps that you can use to come back on First Tuesday, and we can strategize about how to get better, what waves we're trying to catch, and how we're going to ride those waves all the way to shore. So Curtis is almost ready to make that live, so now you can get it. Blow my phone up. Go get your free stuff at newwavepowertalks.com and look for your free stuff there. It should be
spinning. We're spinning.
You guys better not crash the website before it updates.
No, we got super hosting. It would not crash ever.
Okay.
I think it's just because we're on the live call.
Okay.
There we go. It's live now.
All right, we're live. Free stuff's live, y'all. So
free stuff is
go
live.
get your stuff. If you're watching this, we're gonna post the recording up in the page, so later tonight you can share this with your teams. I would love that, because we have that mission of setting personal records in the group. If you can get your teams into New Wave, and that we can keep sharing their best stuff, because I don't care if you're a coach, if you're an Emerald coach, if you're a Diamond coach, if you're a Star Diamond coach or a 15-star Diamond coach, you have something valuable that you can provide to the community. And I think that's cool, the way that, you know, that this Power Talk came. Like, people like Lisa, just starting out, provided value, made this call happen, as well as someone like me, who's a Diamond coach, as well as someone like Curtis, who's built multiple successful businesses. Like, it's definitely a collaborative effort.
Yeah, and I just want to share with you guys, like, thank you for allowing me to be on the call. Thank you for allowing me to be in the community. And Andy, thank you for the invite.
They don't see the free stuff, dude.
I love it. They don't see the free stuff? What? Oh, no way.
If you don't see it, we'll totally have it up by the end of tonight. It's New Wave Power Talk. Did you put it on the button?
Yeah, I put it on the button.
Okay. Hold on. This is quality control right here, y'all.
Oh, I didn't take it. What the heck?
Look at our traffic is going crazy.
Our traffic is going crazy.
It's gonna be there, y'all. So just keep refreshing. We're gonna have the free stuff there. newwavepowertalks.com, right on the homepage. Go get your free stuff. What are we doing? We're hashtagging paddle your face off. You're calling your shot. And then prepared to hang out in the community tomorrow. Invite your teams and use those freemiums. So I want everybody to print their stuff off tonight. Look them over, because when people like Jenny and Cheyenne and Robin, when they like go live, I want you to kind of know what they're talking about, because First of all, I can't wait for you to see him. Curtis will figure it out.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. The Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
the Wi-Fi.
we're going live, and I got the farmer internet, y'all. So, what time tomorrow? It's going to be at the discretion of the person going live. So, not sure, but they'll definitely live on in the community. And we'll come up actually with a hashtag to time altogether. So if you're in the community tomorrow, all you'll have to do is search the hashtag and they'll all come up for you. So time to be determined. Maybe people, if like Robin and Ginny, if you guys want to post what time you're going to go live a little early, give people some lead time. We'll just do them throughout the day. But I know Curtis and I are going to go live in the evening. So there's unspecified time. Depends on farming, y'all. I got farms tomorrow. So
I'm working on it.
All right, y'all. So that's going to be the end of our call. I want to stick around a little bit for questions if you guys have any questions. But I really appreciate you guys being part of this community. Oh, they're getting the free stuff. Look, my phone's blowing up.